Good day, everyone. Today's video is on 10 interesting facts on Chakotay from Star Trek Voyager. I really wish they would have done more episodes that centered on Chakotay, but let's get into it. Number 1. Chakotay was born in 2329 on a Federation colony near the Cardassian demilitarized zone that had native tribe had moved to several generations earlier. Here he was raised by his father, Chakotay, who considered him a contrary from the beginning because he had come out of his mother upside down, as his father once remarked. Number 2. Chakotay also had a sister and a cousin who lived in Ohio. During an incident in 2373 that took Voyager to Earth in 1996, Chakotay considered looking up a few of his ancestors, noting that he knew one of his ancestors at that time who worked as a school teacher in Arizona. Being of Native American descent, Chakotay's tribe, mainly because of the intrusion of more technological societies, left Earth to find their own home on another planet near the Cardassian border. From an early age, his father tried to impart his values on Chakotay in many ways, such as taking him on hikes to nearby forested worlds of their ancestors. In 2344, he took Chakotay on a quest through the Central American rainforest looking for their fellow descendants of the ancient rubber tree people that had never left the forest. Chakotay also refused to hunt deer with his father. Number 3. By the time Chakotay was 15 years old, he had already set his sights on Starfleet and greatly surprised his father when he told him that he was going to leave the tribe to attend Starfleet Academy. His father disapproved of his son's decisions, but at the time was unable to convince him otherwise. Chakotay and his father were not on good terms when Chakotay was killed while defending his colony against the Cardassians. When the news reached Chakotay, he was unsure how to reconcile their differences and heal their old wounds. To honor his father's memory and to continue the fight in his name, Chakotay resigned from Starfleet and joined the Marquis. It was then that he took the mark, the tattoo on his forehead, in order to honor the memory of his father and to signify his Native American heritage. Number 4. In the years following his resignation from Starfleet, he not only joined the Marquis to fight the Cardassians, but he also finally began placing great faith in his spiritual background by taking pride in the stories and accomplishments of his people. He often embarked on vision quests to help guide his life and to commune with his father's spirit. He also used a medicine wheel to heal himself both spiritually and physically. Number 5. At the age of 15, Chakotay entered Starfleet Academy, sponsored by Captain Sulu. Chakotay misled the officer into believing he had Chakotay's permission to join. Chakotay possessed great piloting skills, and during his first year, he trained as a pilot in North America. He then went to Venus for a couple of months to learn how to handle atmospheric storms, and later dodged asteroids for a semester in the Solar System asteroid belt. He also became a proficient boxer at his light heavyweight level, with a record of 23 wins and 1 loss. The loss was to a Nausicaan with a mean right hook. His personal trainer was Academy groundsman Boothby. Number 6. After his father was killed in 2368 while defending their colony, Chakotay resisted the Cardassian takeover of his planet, as per the terms of the border treaty between Cardassia and the Federation. He refused to stand by and watch his people be displaced once again, as had happened on Earth hundreds of years ago. As such, he was one of the Marquis who were in the fight for principle, not mercenary gain or violent outlet. On March 3, 2368, he resigned from his position as an instructor in Starfleet Advanced Tactical Training by submitting his resignation to Starfleet. He was recruited in by the Marquis by his old friend Sveta. Number 7. After joining the Marquis, he became one of its leaders, and his cell became one of the most successful in resisting the Cardassians and Federation. His vessel, the Valjean, was his primary mode of space transportation. Among their various missions as Marquis included an instance where Chakotay, Torres, and Seska successfully disabled the computer core on a Cardassian frigate orbiting Bajor. This was accomplished when Seska modified an anti-proton beam to penetrate the frigate's shields and hull from an extremely close range. While trying to escape from a Cardassian warship commanded by Gully Vec in the Badlands, Chakotay and his crew, including Tuvok, Captain Janeway's security chief working undercover as a Marquis, were transported to the Delta Quadrant by the Caretaker's Array. In an attempt to locate the disappeared Marquis ship, USS Voyager followed them into the Badlands, becoming trapped 70,000 light-years away in the Delta Quadrant shortly after. Number 8. Following the destruction of his ship in the Delta Quadrant, Chakotay and his crew joined Voyager's crew as one Starfleet crew in order to find a way home. He was granted the provisional rank of commander and became Voyager's second-in-command. A man of great moral conviction and courage, Chakotay embraced Starfleet principles once again and served Captain Janeway as first officer, eventually being able to forge a meaningful friendship with her. His loyalty never wavered, and he helped keep the peace and establish cooperation and positive rapport between his Marquis and the Starfleet crew. His devotion to Voyager and Starfleet were strong. He even threatened to throw Seska and Jarvan into the brig when they said they would support him in a mutiny. When Tuvok wished to train a group of Marquis in order to bring them up to Starfleet standards, Chakotay forcefully persuaded them after they initially resisted and wanted to do things the Marquis way. Number 9. Chakotay didn't use the holodeck often, but enjoyed reading instead. He occasionally took the time to embrace his artistic side, such as creations using colored sand while trapped on New Earth and carving of Native American symbols. Chakotay was a vegetarian. One of his favorite meals was mushroom soup. Some foods he hated were carrots and fried food because it upset his stomach, and he refused to eat pudding because he thought it was slimy. Chakotay preferred to avoid alcoholic beverages when possible, saying he preferred to stay in control. One of his favorite beverages was Antarian cider, that he kept a secret stash of it hidden in Cargo Bay 2. One of the many reasons he joined Starfleet was to pursue his interest in anthropology and paleontology. Number 10. Near the end of Voyager's time in the Delta Quadrant, he became romantically involved with Seven of Nine. They became very close during an away mission when they were stranded on a planet due to a shuttle crash. They discovered a primitive tribe known as the Ventu that helped them contact their ship. Chakotay returned to the Alpha Quadrant with the rest of the crew using a Borg transwarp hub. Admiral Janeway returned to the past to help her counterpart, Captain Janeway, defeat the Borg and return the ship sooner than the 23 years it originally took her. This saved the life of Seven, who had been killed on the original journey home, and helped Tuvok avoid a mental breakdown due to a neural disease. I do hope you liked the video about Chakotay. He's a very interesting character, but what do you think? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you want to watch our videos as they come out. So, take care and have a great day.